Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path.
Okay. Continue towards...
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the...
So we're skipping stuff that we can skip because we've already seen it before.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine...
We've already seen that, sorry. So we did kind of see something before, and I want to revisit it. So that will be...
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I know we wanted to kill, but then...
The door to the basement creaks open.
We get...
Good. You're still listening to reason.
We get killed instead by
you walk downstairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall
there you are,
of the basement.
I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do.
Just want to talk, okay? So I think it was tightening your grip.
Ignore the trembling in your hands.
And then I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Well, I'm going to stare at you then, okay? And squint.
You stare at the princess, squinting.
Squint at her.
She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Yep, it's going to be like a good, the bad, and the ugly situation here.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
We're going to squint as much as we can. So now we do this. We slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Beats the shit out of me.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Fucking hell, she has a hell of a right hook.
Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
This is definitely new. But it's kind of what we're looking for.
We can still turn this around.
So we give up, finish that up.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly,
I'm not going to die.
It's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
She's got a couple of cuts and nicks. She's
Can you
alright.
not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Well, I mean, internal bleeding in medieval kind of situation, we're dead.
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
Gotcha.
The two of you fall to the floor.
I wonder if this is gonna go to the ghost.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp.
Exact
as her
same
lungs start
area.
to fill with blood.
Last time.
you put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Nope. I'll see you soon.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Adversary. Okay, so this is a different one. Not the castle.
You're on a path in the
or
woods.
the tower.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I died. It's going to kill me again. I already slew her.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Okay, so who's the second voice we
If he doesn't
got?
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't
Voice
matter
of
if
the
he can hear
Stubbom.
us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
She's manipulative.
She
we
will
understand.
lie. She will cheat. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Okay, so I'm like a blood hungry. I want the violence. I want the fight. Voice of the Stubbom is a fighter.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice.
Understandable.
The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal.
Let's just get on with it already.
Oh my god, we said the same thing. Like twins. Back to the cabin.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest.
So it's kind of
cold
like
stone walls press in on you, as if trying to
gross
forcefully direct you
stone.
towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
So do we take the...
The blade is your implement.
You'll
You'll
need it.
need it if you want.
Take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without
I don't know
a
how
weapon.
deep we can go with the stabbing. We're not gonna approach the mirror this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its
been
walls
carved
pressing at
out,
your
right?
sides and tightening as you descend.
Oh, I hate that.
The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good
I
fight.
know, we've made the barbarian.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
God, all of my voices are simps, aren't they? Voice of the Stubbom,
As
he
much as
just
I
wants to
appreciate the
fight.
enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess
Damn.
comes into view.
She's
A large
tall.
shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
And also demonic. Almost.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Yeah. It's... What?
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
I guess because you died too, right?
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
Yep.
I'm
Time
going
to
to have
fight.
fun breaking you into little pieces.
So we've never reached chapter 3, so I wonder if there's only one way to do that. I hope you heard all that, Mr. Narrator. There's going to be a lot different than last time. But it definitely happened.
What's that? Oh, that whole deja vu situation. Yes, it does seem like you and the princess remember each other, so let's say for a moment that I do believe you. For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time?
It's happened a little bit more.
Me. I don't remember what happened last time.
Because you're our memory, at least, I think.
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. You do die constantly, don't you? You look different.
You look exactly the same.
I do. You do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
3 minutes? That's 2 minutes more than normal.
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Fair.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Okay. We can wail on each other.
Myself.
Attack the princess. I don't know what happened to you last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Well, I mean, we'll do a little quick save, and then we'll just go in and fucking attack her. Bam.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
Let's see how many times we can go down.
Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh,
so weak.
You don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me.
Yeah?
It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart.
I just want to cut you up, okay?
You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point?
I ain't gonna be taking like fighting advice from this demon lady. Okay.
So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Nick her, take her heels out. Kill his heels.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not,
do everything.
This world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us.
She's not.
Take it slow. Think it through.
She's not slower than us.
Panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Okay, so we can have bait her into opening and outmaneuver her. Strike at her heart head on. I mean, this is the more strength, dude, and I feel like following the voice is how we finish the other one. So let's try that.
If that's your plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard.
Sacrifice the arm.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this.
Just keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
Okay.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
We will if it goes straight through.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't
This is a
you?
battle of strength.
Nothing exists outside of us. It's just you and me,
Dude.
dying and coming back, clashing against each other. Forever.
That's not what's going on. There's an entire world at stake here. Yes,
Push deeper.
the fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight. The only thing that matters is getting stronger. And the only way to get stronger is to win, even if it takes us forever to get there. Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee.
What an asshole.
It
My
glides through your
stomach.
ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. We're fine! But you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold
Probably should
stone
have kept
floor.
pushing, I think.
I said we're fine. I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
Okay, so I think we died.
You
Again.
forgot this.
Oh, thank you. Grab it.
She tosses it at your feet.
I want to... Actually, I think I'm done fighting you. Yeah, fuck it. Let's attack her again.
You and the princess attack each other once again,
Oh, that's
each of
a
you
deep
dealing a single,
one.
terrible, lethal blow. Wait, does that mean we're
Dead.
dead? Or rather, about to be dead? As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the soft meat of your organs.
Jesus.
You feel a few horrifically painful pops, a gush of fluid, and it's over. It's finally over. No, it's not. We're just getting started. But it is over. Dead
So we're gonna
is
go back
dead.
then
I know
again?
this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin. There are few better endings than that. Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to me? Get up.
Get up.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive.
Stronger than you.
Ha! I told you. I told you this wasn't over. What about her? The blade went right through her heart. What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine.
Oh no.
No, she's dead. She has to be... No!
Nope. She's alive.
Right. We're all shit out of luck, aren't we?
Just-
I knew it. I told you
We'll
we
be
should all
fighting
believe
for
in her.
eternity now.
This is perfect. The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
Exactly.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet. You know what to do. Again! But she came back. What's the point of fighting her if she can just do that?
We will get stronger. This is how a lot of Dragon Ball Z characters just get stronger, you know? They get their ass kicks and then they come back
All of
stronger.
you need to settle down.
Easy.
This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all. Oh, we just missed her heart? Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over.
Yeah, you said we hit her out, so are you lying?
Well, I guess I had it wrong.
You can't have it wrong. You tell absolute truths.
You guess you had it wrong. Aren't you supposed to know everything? I never said I knew everything.
What's
Nothing.
untethering?
It means nothing. I shouldn't have said that. But you did say it, so it means something.
Remember that. Untethering.
Oh, stop bickering over nothing. Our destiny is right in front of us. Pick up the blade and go to her. Okay, fine. That is what I meant by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread, and if you lose the thread, you won't be able to save the world.
Okay.
And what is that supposed to mean? I don't have to answer that, and I'm not going to answer that. Why the bloody hell not? Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's no going back, and if I say anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts. What?
Princess can't die. You mean like the princess can't die, don't you? Well, it's too late for that. I think we all thought that one. I'm not gonna say the princess can't die. I'm not even gonna think it. Save. Wait, let's big save. Lie. Is this the one?
But you did think it, didn't you? I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work. I don't like that resignation. Are you sure we can't just unthink
But I lied,
it?
right?
Yes. Like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to pour myself a stiff drink.
You said this
If I'm going to see
before.
the end of everything, I'd rather not be sober. So I was right! Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever.
So we can't reset if she doesn't die and we don't die.
But I think it was the stubborn one who said, your destiny awaits, right? No, hold on. There has to be another way. What if we just leave her down here? What if we run away? What if we convince her not to end the world? You can't reason with her. Ending the world is her fundamental nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her.
Okay.
And what exactly can't we leave her down here? Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is still the end, and I'd rather face mine head on. Oh, you mopey ass. Why
Just
did you even
keep
ask
punching
us
her,
to
we can
slay
kill
her
her
if it was
eventually.
going to end like this? Because it didn't have to end like this. If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moments arguing.
So we're slowly getting the idea of stuff. So tethering is basically we can change the surrounding world kind of by thinking stuff. And to think that the princess can't die means that we can't slay her.
It's time. Yes, I suppose it is.
So that's the bad thing. But we can die, right?
If we fight her forever, then maybe she can't end the world. Maybe everything can still work out. I guess we'll just have to see how things play out.
Yes. Let's
Don't
see
you
how it
get
does.
it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
Join your adversary.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her
Jeez.
vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage. And then we get up.
Get up.
Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment. And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay, isn't it?
He doesn't answer that. The voice. He never answers. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is...
What is this place?
This is
Did
the end.
we do this? Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right. It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything. Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here
I wonder
too.
if she's strong enough to break out of the hands. Princess stumbles and her body
I feel
slumps.
so tired.
I'm going to go with no, she's not strong enough. You get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave.
She's gone. Where did...
Search the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. What do we look like? You're unraveled, huh? A weird arm. Proceed to the cabin and approach her. Hello, lady. We're back.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Are we like gods or something? It's a rhetorical question.
I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars, and I think there's people, I think. So there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us.
No, they're not
They do
gods,
not
all
last.
immortals. But what thoughts on this vessel?
One yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart.
That's strength, right?
Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels have one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does. He does. So he does.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Okay, so how many more vessels?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough.
Interesting.
And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Only one more, huh?
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
It's time to do the final.